below, and don't forget to leave a description or hello and welcome to ballin'burgers. My name is Colin and I will be your entertainment for the afternoon. Woo! So right off the bat, today is a perfectly sunny Thursday afternoon. It is a balmy 20 degrees out, I think, or probably maybe a little bit warmer than that. I don't know, but it's pretty nice out actually. I didn't have to like put on a scarf or anything like that. So Mikey wants me to address the fact that I may be a cartoon because I wear the same outfit in 4 of my videos now in a row. And I'm going to address that right now. So I actually did not realize that I wore the same thing, and it is my onesie that I was wearing, which I find very, very comfortable, and that's what, just happened. I happened to be wearing because I just when I worked back during winter break, I would work, I'd come home, I'd shower, and then I'd throw my onesie on because it's super comfortable. Like, why wouldn't you put it on? And then that's the same thing here. Is I record my videos later in the day, and that's pretty much my lounge wear. Like, you know what I mean? When I'm not doing anything, that's what I put on, and I just hang out. So I don't have much to say about this video, but there is 2 questions that I may propose that I am going to answer as well. Number 1 is, if you could have one fantasy world be true, what would it be? So for instance, like, there's Pokemon, there's that realm, there's Dragon Ball Z, there's Digimon, there's just Harry Potter, any of those fantasy things. It could be anything, but any fantasy that is not real. If you could pick one, what would you want to be real? Number 2, this is going to be more on in the future, but let's say that you have kids, all right, and they want to start getting into video gaming. What system would you have them start out at, like start playing, and what game? So that's kind of like a 2-part question. It's a 2-part question. So I will answer those questions in just a second. So I was thinking long and hard about what reality I would actually want to be real, and it's really tough. It's a really tough question. So Mikey, I mean, it's gonna be tough because I was thinking, I would love to have Dragon Ball Z reality be like real, but then I was thinking, I'm not a Super Saiyan, so I wouldn't have all the cool powers that Goku and Vegeta would have. I mean, granted, maybe I could be like Krillin and focus on that and try and be like it and work my ass off for it, but that's a lot of time I don't have right now. And I mean, I don't know how they make their money, to be honest. That's one question I've always had. I mean, Goku kind of builds his own house, but Krillin, I don't know how he gets his money. They never really seem to have jobs. Harry Potter would be really cool, but you run the risk of not being a wizard, and then that kind of that sucks because I don't know what the chances are of being a wizard. What are the chances? And one of the things is they don't, in the books or the movies or anything like that, they never say that there's any wizarding schools in the United States. There could not be, so maybe there are no wizards in the U.S., which I highly doubt, but they never say anything. But that also leaves the interpretation of maybe it is real. Maybe the Harry Potter wizarding world is real. It's just we're muggles and we don't know it, and then someone just kind of discovered it and started writing about it. No one knows. But if I had to pick one, I would probably have to say Pokemon, because everybody could be a Pokemon trainer or capture Pokemon. Everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone could potentially be a Pokemon trainer. And that is what I love about Pokemon, is anybody could do it. The only problem is with Pokemon is that I feel like if it was brought into today's society, a lot of more people would try and use Pokemon as tools for certain deeds. For instance, like terrorist groups would try and get Pokemon to be like that and use them as tools for whatever it is. But hopefully Pokemon would know that they're doing is wrong. I mean, granted, they have, in episodes before, Pokemon really don't know what they're doing when they're doing something wrong, because they listen to their trainers, because they trust their trainers. So that's kind of like the catch for Pokemon. So now here we go to my second part of my question, and that is, if you had kids, what game system would you start them out with, and what game would you have them start out as? And for me, this is another difficult question. I would probably have them start out either the Game Boy Color or the N64. I really, really enjoy those games. I would probably have them start out either or. I think either or would be perfectly fine. I think I would start them out with N64 more for like a Diddy Kong Racing or a Mario Kart 64 racing game, because those games are super easy, super simplistic to understand. Everyone knows how to race. And then especially Super Mario or Mario 64. Mario 64 is definitely, you just hit an item and then there's a simple button to use to do it. There's nothing super complex about anything else. And the maps are fun. That's what I like about it too. The maps are really fun. So I would probably have them start N64 with Mario Kart 64. And they also have, like, you know, the battling system too, the balloon battle, which is another alternative to just the racing. So I think that's really good. And then as far as the Game Boy Color, I think Pokemon Red or Blue is just a really easy concept to understand. And granted, it may be a little more difficult for them to understand, like, the type matchups and everything else. But when I first started playing, you know, it was the same way. I didn't really know what it was, and I was just like, oh, this Pokemon looks cool, let me play as them. And then as progressing throughout the game, realizing, like, I need to understand that there's type matches up, that some types are better than others, and then, things like that. And then also, since I have played the game, I would tell my kid to try and, like, ask me, like, hey, how do I get past this? Like, I'm stuck. Like, I always got stuck at Rock Cave because I never knew that I needed Flash to illuminate Rock Tunnel or whatever it is to get to Lavender Town. And that part of the game was kind of, like, tricky for me. And then once you get those gym badges and, like, there's that part of the game, that second half, I would say, is pretty difficult to understand what you need to do, especially Silphco. Hey, don't get me wrong, that is how I say it. I don't want to hear nothing. Silphco is what I call it. Silphco, whatever, that's what I call it. So those are the two things that I have them start at. I know I'm kind of, like, cheating out of, like, doing two systems, but I mean, they're both different styles. You know what I'm saying? So there's the console and then there's the handheld, which I think they're two different distinctive things. Because, yeah, when you're at home, you have that option. You want to play on this TV and everything like that. But when you're on the go, something simple, I think it would work for them. But if Mikey is going to be a stickler about this, and if he nails me with this, if I did have to pick one, it would have to be, I would rather than play the N64. I think that would just be a little bit easier because the racing is just even more simplistic than the Pokemon type matchups and everything like that. So that's what I'm going with. Those are my two questions. I hope they're good enough information, or like good questions that you can really ponder about. I know there's a lot of other things. I mean, I hope you ponder. I know I had to take a minute and really think about what I had to do or what answers I wanted to do. But hopefully my logic is sound as to why I wanted Pokemon as the reality that I wish was real, and why I believe that my child should first start out playing the N64 and Super Mario Kart 64. So without further ado, I think I'm going to sign off and say later. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more videos, and leave a comment below as to what video, or not video, but what fantasy world would you like to be real, and if you had kids, what gaming system and what game would you have them start out as? But without further ado, I'm going to see y'all later. Have a great one. Hello guys, so this is the ending scene / credits, whatever. There's no credits, but anyway, don't forget to click the other videos. We have Mikey and we have me, and we'll have Mikey's been doing Super Paper Mario. It's going really awesome. And then there's a subscribe button right below. Don't forget to click it. All right, see you guys later.